Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadha Shivasti Gaura Bhakta Binda. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadha Shivasti Gaura Bhakta Binda. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadha Shivasti Gaura Bhakta Binda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Tuesday. It is 8th of July. And it is Vamanamasa Ashadamasa Sukla Paksham. And today is Triyodasi Tithi. There are no Vaishnavas in the calendar. So we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Uddhava speaking to Vidura and how Uddhava has been speaking to Krishna while Maitreya Rishi was watching the conversations between Krishna and Uddhava. So he was mentioning, so yesterday we have seen Uddhava was a bit bewildered by looking about Krishna's activities. Even though Krishna is completely intelligent and without any cessation all the time, but sometimes he used to ask Uddhava for the consultation, asking for the suggestions and advices. So Uddhava is mentioning that I am bewildered, oh my dear Lord. Likewise, all these activities, you think that you are not knowing about it and you are asking me. That is bewildering me. Likewise, Mantreshu Mamba Vupuhuyayatvam Akuntita Akanda Sadatma Bodhaha Pruchehe Prabhu Mugdha Iva Pramattaha Tanno Mano Mohayati Eva Deva Tanno Mano Mohayati Eva Deva. So it is bewildering all your activities, my dear Lord. And also he has mentioned a couple of further activities like even though you do not engage yourself in the karmic activities, but you appear like it appear, and you don't take birth, but still you took birth. And even though you are free from all kinds of womanly association, something like that, and then still you marry and you have got children and you expand your families like that. So likewise, number of things Buddha mentioned, and then finally he said, Tanno mano, moha yativa deva. It is all bewildering me. So after saying all those things, Buddha wanted to inquire from the Lord, can you please explain about all your pastimes, my dear Lord? So whatever you think is your personal Atma Jnana, the confidential knowledge. So Buddha is now inquiring. So the knowledge which is supreme knowledge, which is based on Krishna's pastimes, and oh my dear Lord, whatever you have spoken to Lord Brahma in the beginning of the creation, if you think that I am capable to receive, or I'm able to receive, or if I'm eligible to receive, would you please explain all those things to me? Likewise, Buddha is inquiring from the Lord. Here we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 4, verse number 18. Jnanam param swatmaraha prakasham प्रोवाच कस्मै भगवान् समग्रम् अपिक्षमं नो ग्रहणाय भक्तः वदञ्जसा यद्वृजिनं तरेम ज्ञानं परं स्वात्मरहः प्रकाशम. Jnanam param, the supreme knowledge, the transcendental knowledge, swa atma raha prakasham, and that is it is called guhyatama. Swa atma is the oneself, rahaha is the mystery or confidential, prakasham enlightening. So he wanted to know, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says guhya jnanam, guhyatara jnanam, guhyatama jnanam. So likewise, 3 levels of knowledge Krishna spoke to Arjuna. So here directly he is asking, Swa Atma Raha Prakasham. Uddhava is asking the most confidential knowledge, which is mystery. Swa Atma Raha Prakasham. Purovacha Kasmai Bhagavan Samagram. And Purovacha, you have already said Kasmai onto Brahma, unto Brahmaji. Purovacha Kasmai Bhagavan Samagram, the personality of Godhead, Samagram in sum total. Abhikshimam no Grahanaya Bhattaha. Apikshamam. So, apikshamam. If you think so, apikshamam able, naha unto us, grahanaya, if it is acceptable to you, if you think I am eligible to receive, and if it is acceptable to you to speak unto me, whatever you have spoken to Brahma, grahanaya, battaha, O my Lord, vada anjasa yad vrijinam tarema, and kindly describe vada anjasa in detail. Yad vrijinam tarema. So if I understand those things, yet that which vrijinam tarema, I can cross over all kinds of miseries, the illusions. Whatever Uddhava has been going through, like Tanno Mano Moha Yativa Deva. So he wanted to cross all those things and he wanted to situate himself completely, remembering Krishna, execute devotional service later on. Likewise, Buddha is inquiring. Jnanam param swatma raha prakasham provacha kasmai bhagavan samagram apikshimam no grahanaya bhattaha vadanjasa yad vrijinam tarema. Translation for this shloka. My Lord, kindly explain to us, if you think us competent to receive it, that transcendental knowledge which gives enlightenment about yourself and which you explained before to Brahmaji. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request an unallocated devotees to read this small purport, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I read.
Krishna Daddy.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A pure devotee like Uddhava has no material affections because he engages constantly in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. A devotee feels affected without the association of the Lord. Constant remembrance of the Lord's activities keep the devotee alive, and therefore Uddhava requested that the Lord please enlighten him with the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam as previously instructed to Brahmaji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So here, Prabhupada is describing pure devotees like Uddhava has no material afflictions because he engages constantly in the transcendent loving service of the Lord, like all the devotees in Krishna consciousness. In our current society, all devotees engage themselves. So, like Uddhava has no material afflictions, he does not hanker for it because he always engages. And he feels afflicted without the association of the Lord. If a devotee who is chanting and then if he doesn't chant and he doesn't engage himself in the devotional service, then he feels afflicted. So once it comes to one particular in the Vidhi Bhakti, once he progresses in the Vidhi Bhakti, after due course of time, it will be changed into the Raga Anuga Bhakti because of the transformations in the devotee's body and his behaviors. Raga Anuga Bhakti. At that point of time, if one day it is missing, then he will feel so much of afflicted. So this is the constant remembrance of the Lord's activities keeps the devotee alive. And therefore, Buddha requested that, Lord, please enlighten him with the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam as previously instructed to Brahmaji. So likewise, Buddha is inquiring. So here in this one, remembrance of the Lord is the essential thing. That here in this shloka, Uddhava is mentioning Tarati. This is Tarema, the Vrijinam Tarema. Vad Ansa Yad Vrijinam Tarema. As soon as one is able to remember Krishna's pastimes, then Tarati Ayatnena Dhrutyayam Tamaha. And without much endeavor, Ayatnena, Yatna it means trying for endeavors. Ayatnena, without much endeavors. Tarati ayatnena durachayam tamaha. Durachayam means which is very difficult to cross. Tarema. So that is crossing this miseries, which is very difficult. Daivihi gunamai mamamaya durachaya. So here, when Dhruva Maharaj, he was asking, when he was asked by Sa Rajarajena Varay Chodito Mahabhagavato Mahamatihi, Dhruva Mahabhagavato Mahamatihi, Sabavri Achalitam Smritim Vyaya, Sabavri Achalitam Smritim Vyaya. So, oh my dear Kuvera, so if you wanted to give benediction to me, just give that so that I will never forget Krishna. This is Achalitam Smritim Yaya. Sabavre Achalitam Smritim Yaya. And Tarati Ayatnena Dhurtayam Tamaha. So that one, as soon as if I remember Krishna and his all the time, then I would not be fall into this material illusions. Avidhyarachita Swapna Gandharva Nagaropamam. That is the material illusions. So here, all this knowledge is embedded in the Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna was speaking to Arjuna, the most confidential knowledge, Sarva Guhya Tamam Bhuyaha Shrunimi Paramam Vachaha Ishtosi me Dhrumiti Tato Vakchamite Hitam Sarva Guhya Tamam. This is the most confidential knowledge. Bhuyaha Shrunumi. I am again saying to Arjuna, unto you, here again, Paramam Vachaha, the supreme instruction. So here Buddha is also asking Swa Atma Raha Prakasham. This is the Lord's very confidential knowledge. So what is that word? Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam nashpuru mam ye vaishi satyam te pratijani priyosimi. That Krishna says to Arjuna. And Saradharman paritijha mam ekam saranam vraja aham tvam sarva papibhyo mokshishami masucha. That is the instructions to Arjuna. So later on, whenever here, Buddha is saying, whatever you spoke to Brahma. So again, here we could see from the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Lord says to Lord Brahma that Jnanam Paramaguhyam me yed Vijnan Samanvitam Sa Rahatyam Tadangam Cha Gruhana Gaditam Maya Yavanaham Yatabhavo Yedrupa Gunakarmakaha Tataiva Tattva Vijnanam Astute Mad Anugrahat. So by my mercy, you will receive all this. Jnanam Paramaguhyam Yed Vijnan Samanvitam Sa Rahasyam Tadangam Cha Gruhana Gaditam Maya. So Lord says to Brahma all this, that fourth Chatushlaki Bhagavata. And then that is whenever that fourth Chatushlaki Bhagavata it expands, then it is complete Srimad Bhagavatam coming into all the 12 cantos in detail. So the Goswami explains in the first canto. So sometimes it is repeated by so many acharyas and sages, Krishna's pastimes, to stress the importance of those pastimes. If we understand how the universe is created, it has been spoken by. So the Goswami said the same thing, and Sukadeva Goswami repeated, again Brahma repeated, likewise Maitreya Rishi repeated. So it is to give the stress again on the subject matter, so that he would remember about the Lord all the time, who is behind everything. So Uddhava was requesting the Lord to enlighten him with the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam, as previously instructed to Brahmaji. Okay, so that is from here. Jnanam param swatma raha prakasham provacha kasmai bhagavan samagram apikshamam no grahanaya bhattaha vadanjasa yadvrjinam tarema. So when Krishna says to Brahma this knowledge in the beginning, yetan me samatishta paramena samadhina bhavan kalpa vikalpeshi na muhyati karihachet. O Brahma, ye etan matam samatishta paramena samadhina. Even though if you are in the samadhi, in your days changed, if you engage this yourself in the knowledge about me, then bhavan kalpa vikalpeshi na vimuhite karihachet, you will never ever be bewildered. So here Buddha is mentioning Tanno Mano Mohyati Deva. So by looking at your pastimes, I'm getting bewildered. I wanted to cross this material sense. I wanted to understand yourself. Likewise, he was asking the same knowledge. What is that? Is called Srimad Bhagavatam. यश्याम वै श्रीमायाणं कृष्णे परमपुरुषे भक्तिरुत्पद्यते पुंसः शोक मोह भयापः. Once we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, then devotional service onto Krishna, it sprouts from the heart, and then it will remove shoka moha bhayapaha, lamentation, illusion, and also fearfulness. It will be removed from one's life. Okay, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. So what do I wanted to hear? Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavatam here. Jnanam param swatmaraha prakasham provacha kasmai bhagwan samagram apikshamam no grahanaya bhattaha vad anjasa yad vrijinam tarema. Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall move to Srila Prabhupada's letter, daily letter. So today letter to Govinda Maharaja, September 22nd, 1970, Calcutta. Okay, can I request any other devotee to read this letter, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, may I read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Sorry, I was waiting for the people, but no one came forward, so I'm offering. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear Govinda Maharaj, please accept my prostrated obeisances. Your letter dated 22nd August 1970, addressed to me at Los Angeles, is now redirected here in Calcutta. Perhaps you have heard that I have come back to Calcutta for distributing some of our books and literature, and I'm staying at the above address temporarily. Regarding propagating the name of Sri Mayapur as birthplace of Lord Chaitanya, it is going on regularly in our different literatures and books. If you kindly take the trouble of coming here conveniently, I can show you how we are giving publicity to the birth site of Lord Chaitanya. Perhaps you know that I begged from His Holiness Shri Pada Tirtha Maharaj a little piece of land at Mayapur for constructing a home for my Western disciples, but he refused the proposal. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted that the American and European devotees would come to Mayapur, and prophecy is now fulfilled. Unfortunately, they are loitering in the streets of Calcutta without having a suitable place at Mayapur. Do you think it is all right? I'm very sorry to learn that your health is deteriorating due to passing of sugar. The best medicine is to starve. I had one very influential doctor friend, the chief medical officer of Vienna. When I was taking lunch with him, sometimes in the year of 1955, he was suffering from diabetes, and he told me that it is a disease for voracious eating, and TB is a disease for undereating. If you kindly find some time and see me at your convenience, that will be a great pleasure. You have reminded me of the Janmashtami day, and it was pompously observed at our new Vrindavan. We were expecting some guests from India. Unfortunately, nobody came. Hope this will meet you in good health. Thanking you once more for your kind letter. Yours affectionately, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Would you like to highlight any points, Mataji, from this letter?
I think for me, the paying attention, the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya and how they really made sure that they make it, they spread that to everybody that this is the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya, spreading the word so that people could come and help with constructing slightly, I think Prabhupada was disappointed that he wanted a home for his disciples, for a lot of people from the Western countries. He wanted a home for them, but he was not given permission for whatever reason. I don't know why it was. And he felt sad about it. And he didn't want them to just spend their time, walking around in the streets of Calcutta. He wanted them to have a decent home and a place to meditate and pray and everything. But so he probably is looking for support so that he can build a home for them. And it also shows that he's very caring. He's got a caring nature, because he found out that his friend here has got a problem of diabetes, and he's trying to give him advice about that, saying that, eating too much might contribute a bit more towards diabetes, and the opposite is, if you don't eat properly, then you might end up getting TB and things like that. So I thought those kind of things struck out to me most, but I will ask other devotees to fill in what I missed out. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely explained. Okay. Any other comments, dear devotees, you wanted to add to this letter?
Yeah, I just also, Mataji said everything, but just one point, like, even Bhakti Vinod Thakur is also wants like American and, European people together. That's something I wanted the devotee would come to Mayapur, and so he was desired to do that. And when he has asked one of this Maharaj, but he has refused, so that was something, one point Prabhupada has mentioned,
Okay, very nice. Thank you,
Thank you, Mataji. That was really important as well. And the last bit about New Vrindavan as well, that's quite good as well. That, he tried to celebrate quite a lot in the New Vrindavan. Is New Vrindavan, is it in America or
West Virginia?
Virginia? Okay. And he probably expected more people to come, but nobody came. So, yeah, he was disappointed about that. But yeah, thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I just one point, it came in my mind is Buddha Mata, just thank you for explaining properly everything nicely. As how eager he was to fulfill his Guru Maharaj's desire that spread the Krishna consciousness into the Western countries and bring the Western people to India and Mayapur and spread it into India. Haribol Prabhu.
Yes. Very nice point, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Okay, any other comments? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So Prabhupada was just as of that point of time, it is of 1970. So before that, Prabhupada went to America and then preaching there, and he wanted to spread in India as well. So coming to Calcutta again there, distributing and spreading this movement. And then during that time, Prabhupada also wanted to have a nice temple in the Mayapur and residences for the Western disciples, so that they can stay there and go in the Sankirtana, street Sankirtana, and expand Krishna consciousness. And at the same time, explaining again, telling everyone that Mayapur, the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then just propagating that knowledge. And then he asked Sripad Maharaja for a land for his Western disciples to stay, so that they can construct a residential homes there. But he refused that proposal. Okay, so that is it. There is a rational for the spiritual master and spreading. But Prabhupada has done, and his disciples expanded further and further, more and more. Okay, and one point here Prabhupada is mentioning about if we eat too much food, then it will become diabetes. If we eat less, it will become a TB. I think TB is a disease for undereating. Likewise, is one point. I'm just seeing this point from our material point of view as well. Okay, so these are my takeaway points from this session. Thank you, Mataji, and thank you for it. And from the announcement point of view, so today, we have a teaching practice session at Amrita 16:30 at 8 p.m. Okay, that is our upcoming event. And the devotees, if there are any updates or, and also one more thing, Vrindavan Das Prabhuji has requested us to have a feast, and that Prabhu wanted to give the feast in a treat, so that for the Lakshmi contributions that we did for Jagannath Ratha Yatra in the West Bengal, in that village. But it is going to be a bit tricky, so a couple of responses I have seen that it may be a bit tricky to gather the devotees to have the treat from Vrindavan Das Prabhuji. He was desiring that one. He wanted to. He was feeling so much of affectionate to our devotees. So I have been thinking like because it is too much hard to gather the devotees either at a temple or at some other place. Instead, we request Vrindavan Das Prabhuji to pray on behalf of all our Sangha devotees. So when other devotees praying for our Sangha and devotees who are coming, that would help us. Prasad, and also it will be easy for Prabhuji as well. Just cooking prasadam alone for all of our devotees. That's what my thoughts are. And the devotees, if you think anything else differently, kindly share. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, I appreciate your thoughts on this. Just also wanted to mention that, we saw him on Sunday for Snan Yatra, and he had got sweets, like offered prasadam from Calcutta, from the Rath Yatra in Sundarban. And he gave like a big box of sweet to us, and then some bakery things he baked from Soho. And we didn't, he said you can give it to all your devotees, but Pala Prabhu was not willing to accept because it's difficult, everybody's in different service and all, but he was feeling so much upset, like we had to accept it, and now it's with us, and we won't see anybody before Sunday. So we were feeling very bad, like, just to make him happy, we accepted, but we would have been happy if we could share it with everybody. But I don't know how it will be till next Sunday. So just kept it in one proper place in the fridge. So and if we see that, they are like a bit long-lasting ones. It's not like they will perish. But if you see devotees on Sunday, we'll try to distribute as much as possible like that.
Thank you, Mataji. So in case if it is not possible, just remembering in each name, you can have those sweets on behalf of us.
Oh, fun. That's funny. That will cause us, in Prabhupada's letter, that will cause diabetes for us. That's too much sweet. But yeah, if not, whomever we see on Sunday, because it's Kids Rath Yatra, so we will just give, in the name of the devotees, we'll just distribute them. Yeah, he gave end of the day on Sunday. So by that time, everybody must have gone, and it was so busy, we didn't see anybody. We were in our service also. So we just collected from him so that at least he doesn't feel bad. He was feeling very, put off that he's not able to serve our devotees. So just to pacify him, we accepted.
Yeah. Prabhuji comes and sings very nice kirtans on Wednesdays. That would be very nice for us. And pray on behalf of all of us. That is wonderful.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Mataji, can I contact you separately about this? And I'm sorry I didn't get chance to see you. It was so busy that day as well. So
No, Mataji, it's okay. We were busy as well. I mean, with
yeah.
two services on Sunday. So we came home very late, almost 8 o'clock. So we went in 8 a.m. in the morning and almost 12 hours. So it was busy with making the rath and all. We were quite busy. So yeah, we will speak separately. No worries about that. And yes, Prabhu, yeah, we will request him to come and sing Kirtan, and then we all can speak to him if he comes tomorrow or Friday, Thursday, and then we can take it from there so that he feels a bit better. Yeah, because he's a cook now, so he just loves cooking and serving prasadam, feeding prasadam to devotees. That's what he wanted. But sometimes it's because ours is an online sangha, so everybody is spread out, and it does not like logistically it's a bit difficult to fulfill his wish in that way. Yeah, I've taken a bit of time, so yeah, let you carry on. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So kindly just give a message to Prabhuji on behalf of our Sangha, so that so this is our opinions and thoughts.
Yes, Prabhu, I'll do that. Yeah.
Hare.
Yeah, he also said the photos and distributing in over there, Roth Yatra times, which was really pleasing.
Yes, he was saying like this, but and he was, I mean, the fund from our Sangha like it was almost 998, almost £1,000. It helped him a lot to save, and he's trying. I mean, his mood, like we were just getting goosebumps from his mood. I mean, he was trying to get a land for Jagannath, because Jagannath deity is at his sister's house. So she worships them every day, but it's a small house. They're not very affluent people, and he wants to buy land for. So because he could not arrange anything, he said he'll do a part-time job, so that at least 1, 2, 3 years, when how long he can get some money, save some money to buy a land. So that's his like mood, very very strong desire. So yeah, he was saying if only 4,000-5,000 people could come on that day, because it was raining very heavily. People from very far, this is the third year, and it got really popular in that area. It's like southern part of West Bengal, and many people came, but many got stuck in trains and all because it was raining. And he said he expected almost 10,000, but only 5,000 came. So lots of prasadam and all, just they got, I don't know, wasted or whatever. I don't know what he did, but he said not many could come, so he was upset about that as well. So he had taken some pictures using, he bought a drone to take pictures and all, but he hasn't managed to send it yet. So whenever he does, we'll ask him to. I'll post it in the group. Yeah, that's it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for sharing. So that in a way, Jagannath Rath Yatra has been completed successfully. So that is good news. Thank you so much, Mataji. Any other comments, dear devotees? Okay, if there are no further comments, we shall conclude and continue with further japa. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Have a Krishna conscious day, everyone. Jai Shri Krishna.